guys, I'm Laura Vitale. On this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you how to make my clams in a red curry sauce. It's sort of like a Thai-inspired red curry clams. I don't even know what you want to call it. Call it what you want. It's basically just clams in a lovely red Thai curry, like saucy, juicy goodness. Absolutely delicious. Takes just a couple of ingredients to put together. It will be one of your very favorite ways to eat clams from this point forward. I know it's one of Joe's all-time favorites. And curry paste, like Thai curry paste, whether it be red or green, is one of my very favorite ingredients of all time. And I always like to keep some on hand, whether it's in the fridge or freezer, because it keeps for super, super long. And like I've mentioned to you before when I use this product, if you're not used to cooking Thai food every day, usually you don't have all the ingredients to make, the curry paste from scratch whenever your heart desires. So don't feel guilty about buying it pre-made. I do it all the time because it saves me a lot of hassle about having to find the specific ingredients and yada yada. As you'll see, these come together in no time and they're phenomenal. What you'll need are some clams. I like using little neck clams for this. Now, what you need to do to your clams to prep them, this is what I do anyway, you bring them home from the store. I always like to cook my seafood fresh the day of when I'm buying it. I like to cook it that day. And then what I do is I like to scrub each clam individually with like one of those little scrubbers, and then you put them in a bowl with some cold water and a really small pinch of salt. My Nana always told me that if you add a small pinch of salt to the water whenever you're soaking clams or mussels, it helps them open up and breathe, and therefore they'll kind of like leach out their sand, if you will. That's my Nana's tip. Done it my whole life and I will never stop. You do that and then you drain that water and you do it again. You do it 3 times. You let it soak 20 minutes each time in cold water, nice and fresh, and you should have pretty clean clams. Make sure your clams are nice and fresh to begin with. Then what I have here is some Thai red curry paste. You can see I've got quite a bit here because we like it very, very fiery. And I've got a lime, cilantro, and some scallions and some water. That's it. Oh, you're also going to need a little bit of vegetable oil, but that is it. This recipe makes a ton. It's great for entertaining. You can serve the juices with some white rice if you want to. And really, one of the great things about this recipe too, it's very light. One of the beautiful things about Thai food is that it's full of flavor, but a lot of times it's very, very light. And in this case, we're going to add a lot of flavor with a red curry paste, but we're not going to add very much fat at all. So to my big pan with about a tablespoon of veg oil, I'm going to add my curry paste. And why I like to add it in the oil is because I like to wake it up. I like to give it a minute or so to really let those flavors come out because it's been sitting in the tube for a while, so it wants to come back to life. So I'm going to do that over medium heat and I'll show you the next step. Add some water, and I just like to add enough water to make like a little, I guess just really to blend out those big chunks of the red curry paste. Now what's going to happen is as you add the clams and they open up and they give out their liquid, it is going to create the most wonderful, salty, spicy, briny, amazing broth that must be served over brown or white rice because, well, you could serve it with chunks of bread. It wouldn't stop me. I've been a carboholic my whole life, so that's fine. But it must be absorbed by something amazing because the broth is really where it's at. I like to add, I would say about a cup in total of water. That's good enough. So you've got a couple little chunks, but that's fine. You want to be careful when you are using a curry paste because it's very, very hot. Very hot. So start with a teaspoon or so and then work your way up from there. And now I'm just going to add my clams. And now also something else, you want to make sure that your clams are all sealed when they are raw. That's when you know they're good. If they are open, you want to get rid of them. And then it's the complete opposite when they are cooked. Once they are cooked, if they are closed, they are no good. If they are open, they are good to party. I'm going to add them all in, and then I'm just going to put the lid on and then let these cook for about, let's say, 5 to 7 minutes or so, or until they all open. You want to make sure that they're all open. So while that happens, all I'm doing over here is chopping up my scallions. I've got 3 big fat scallions chopped, and I'm also going to chop some cilantro because to me, anything Thai curry must be ended with cilantro, scallions, and some lime. I also make another version of I make like a green Thai curry coconut mussel recipe that is absolutely to die for. And if you want to see it, please let me know in the comments down below. So good, illegal how good they are. So I'm gonna chop up my cilantro, and then I meet you back here with my clams all done. Unbelievable. I'm gonna turn this off because what I don't want is for my clams to overcook, but they smell incredible. I like to serve my clams and mussels right out of the pan. I mean, why not? You can transfer these into a shallow bowl if you want to, but this is when I just sprinkle all of the scallions and the cilantro, and what happens is they go in the clam shells and then they absorb, you know, they get mixed into the sauce, and then whatever you eat them with will absorb it so nicely. And then anything Thai for me needs just a little squeeze of lime just to brighten things up. I'm going to give these a little bit of a stir. Not much, that's good. I'm gonna go right in. And you know what? Yes, the clam will be wonderful, but really, it's really all about that juice. That is so dynamite, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't even know how to describe it. It's fiery, it's beautifully flavored, it's so incredibly, like, it's hearty but light. You need to make this, it takes no time at all, what, 10 minutes? It serves, you can also, of course, double the recipe if you want to serve a crowd very, very happillly. Go to laurainthekitchen.com to get the recipe. I'm gonna go back in for more because I can. I hope you enjoyed spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!